You had to dig deep. Give us your thoughts.
Surprise, surprise! The king is back!
Yo, welcome to another episode of the Chosen Podcast. It's been almost like 2 years since I last recorded, and today I have with me superstar, amateur superstar Frank the Tank. Frank, how do you pronounce your surname?
Ngoka.
Ngoka.
I almost think of it as Goku. Like it's almost spelled the same way, Goku. Just N in the beginning. Ngoku.
Okay.
Or Ngoka.
Okay. And where you originally from?
I was actually born in Joburg. But my dad is from Nigeria and my mom is Zulu.
Okay. So a bit of a mixed, a little bit of everything in there. But you got that you got a great work ethic about you. That's what I first noticed, I think, about you. And we will get into that, but the people have seen you on the MMA amateur circuit, and I think from my perspective, I wanted to get to know you a bit more. What's really behind this guy? What's behind that work ethic? What's behind the guy on Saturday, or was it Saturday? Last Saturday. What's behind the guy? It was almost like you playing a TV game on Saturday. It is crazy, bruh. So how did it all start? Like when did it all start? Like your fighting. When did you realize this is something that I'm interested in?
I think it started even before I could remember. I just always liked fighting movies, martial arts movies that made me feel that I could be someone. Even after watching a Jackie Chan movie, trying all the moves he's trying, I'm like, yo, that's cool. I want to fight like that.
So which was your first movie that you saw that was like, oh, and made you click? I didn't know in my first movie.
The first one I could remember, to be honest, is Snake in the Eagle's Shadow.
Oh, that was Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, yes. Yeah. I think he did like a drunken master type of thing there. And then I saw that. I saw that.
It used to come on ETV back in the day.
It sometimes still comes on, and every time it comes on, I try and watch it and be like, yo, this is where it all started. I still get that feeling when watching those type of movies, watching Kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme, watching Boyka, watching those movies still makes me feel amazing. And I wanted to feel, how does it feel to fight? Yeah. How does it make you feel? You feel free, and I wanted to experience it myself.
My first introduction, I think, was into fighting movies was Rocky.
Rocky,
yeah. But he got a bad style of fighting. That's true. He take two punches to give one punch. I don't know if that's the best way of fighting. But anyway, Jackie Chan style's way better.
I love that style.
You can't catch me.
Definitely.
Yeah. So when did you first start training then? That was your first. So obviously you saw it on TV and you were like, okay, I need to do this. When did you first start training?
Martial arts, I think I first started at 11 years old. I started off with Kyokushin. But even before that, I was trying to nag my parents, find me a gym. I want to do karate, kung fu, anything. I just want to learn how to fight. Then it took a little time. Then I finally found a place actually like 2 minutes away from me. How lucky was that? I found that Kyokushin gym. There was actually an MMA gym downstairs, but I never knew MMA. I just knew fighting.
But the karate background, now I understand where that kicks was coming from this weekend. Definitely. And you were landing the super duper kicks. I was like, yo, I think you did a spinning kick and a scissor kick.
Simultaneously spinning into the scissor kick, yes.
Yo, I mean, that was like you were playing the TV game, like I was saying earlier, but so that's where your background in that kicking, because sometimes people will just think this bro was he learned to kick
just recently,
but you got actually a history in this kicking.
Yeah, I think I only stopped COVID. After COVID, I continued doing Kyokushin. I think technically 5 years of karate, and I was still very consistent. I always believe in training hard, discipline, obsession, I would even say, always wanting to get better, always wanting to be the best. And when I did Kyokushin, I was also surrounded with that old school type of martial arts where discipline was the first thing. when you come into the door, you put
Who
your
was
shoes in
your
place.
sensei on my ass?
His name is Sensei Abu Bakr Peterson.
Okay, and where was he based at that time?
He's still based in Wynberg.
Okay, he's still there.
I think that if you want to start martial arts, and his prices was like...
Where in Wynberg?
We were in the youth center.
Oh, in Sussex.
Yeah. We were in the youth center.
I know where you are.
But then we moved to, not too far from there. It's a school, a creche, but upstairs.
Batsuit Art Center, is it? Batsuit School?
It's no. It's close to the mosque.
Oh, okay.
You know the mosque?
Yeah.
And then there's the Build It.
Yes.
The Christmas shop.
Yes.
And then behind it, like right there, by that school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just down the road here from us. Literally like down the road.
Yeah, he's actually still there, and when I do have time off MMA training, I try my very best to go there. And one of my dreams actually is to finish my Kyokushin journey, or continue my Kyokushin journey, I would rather say, and maybe get my black belt.
Okay, so you're not a black belt?
No, not yet. Yeah, but I think I'm very close. Maybe 3 years, I would like to say, but 3 consistent years.
So when did the switch come over from Kyokushin to MMA?
It came when I was actually in Kyokushin thinking about, no, I want to really fight now. Because when I was like 14, then I saw MMA for the first time. And then I was like, I want to be the best in the world. And Kyokushin, there's technically no pro. So I can't make that my life.
You can only go to a certain level,
be a world champion.
Olympics,
but
the Olympics, I don't think there's
not in Kyokushin. But then I saw MMA and I was like, my dream is actually to be the best fighter. And that's where the best fighter is. So I'll research where to find MMA gyms. All the MMA gyms was far, like Fighters Inc. I saw, Bushido but it was too far away for me to get. Then one day I was lucky, and my friend said, there's actually an MMA gym in Plumstead. I'm like, where? Show me now. I went there on the Friday. I saw my coach and Lucille. Then they told me, okay, come tomorrow. Tomorrow was the Saturday. I came there and I was like, I loved it there. Then I just never left. MMA was like, finally, I'm closer to making my dream come true.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it's possible, and it's that gym is a good category, as a good place for you. You know what I mean? It's got the right energy for you. I think it's almost like your personality in that gym just somehow it just
clashes.
It mixes very well in a good way. You know what I mean? So when was your first fight then? After that, when did they arrange their first? Because they obviously saw you train quickly and they were like, okay, I think this guy's ready.
I actually had my first fight. I started 2023. November.
Yeah.
But then after that I went to Nigeria for quite a bit in December. So I missed like three months, I would say. So I missed January, February and March. Half of March I came, I started training, and I had my first fight in April 6th. Me, Jean, Michael and a few others had our first fight on the same day actually.
And what was you went to the points, or you didn't?
No, I finished. It was white collar, but I finished the guy. I threw a head kick, but I landed with my shin against his nose, and then he was bleeding. Then they stopped. It was in the knockout center, white collar. It was actually amazing. That feeling, like if I'm gonna maybe send you a clip of that fight. Okay. I was Bruce Lee that fight. I slapped all the Bruce Lee tricks, and I felt amazing.
It's crazy, that point fighting is like there's something to that.
Actually, Kyokushin's full contact. Full contact. But there is point style.
So how do they score it? How do they score the Kyokushin?
They aim for knockouts. Or knockdowns. Like if you can give a body shot.
So similar to like Taekwondo, like
I would say it's
a Taekwondo where the kicker owns in the head out like it.
Yeah, they do that as well. I would say it's kickboxing just with no head punches, but you can kick to the head.
Okay. So the strikes are so in the full contact strike.
Yeah, full contact strike.
No elbows, obviously.
Elbow to the body, actually.
Oh, so you see, so it's quite actually close to MMA almost. Like there is like a lot of similarities there.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, the only part of it they don't have is the grappling part.
Yeah, the only part is the grappling, I would say, and the headshots. That was a big change, actually. My first few sparring sessions was like, Papa. I was like, what? Papa. Wait, why is my hands not coming up? Then I learned over time.
Okay, keep your
hands up. You're going to get hit now.
But that being said, like nowadays, like with the fight that I saw on Saturday, you don't get hit that much anymore.
No,
I see now that's almost like your game plan to not get hit. I see you hitting, scoring, but even the way you're moving, you like stepping, there's like a step back sometimes, and like even you had some up against a cage, and then you chose to
back up,
and then move forward again. Then
I agree. My mindset is I hate losing, but for this fight, I really wanted to win, but there's always a chance of losing. So my mindset is defense first.
Yeah.
Defense first and get that win. That's the first thing. So defense first, I believe footwork is the best thing. Footwork, guard, head movement. That's the 3 pillars, I would say. Yeah. So head movement is last, but if your footwork is good, there's no need to block or there's no need to put your hands up. If the guy can't catch you. But I also understand that style is sometimes boring, and I also don't want a boring fight. So there is moments I'll put myself in situations to get hit to counter. But I think I overwhelmed that guy with the feints I was using, and that guy just didn't know what to throw. And I was ready for him to throw. He was gonna throw, and I was gonna punch right through whatever he throws.
That spinning kick to the body. Did
Oh.
it break his rib? I don't know what it did, but it hurt him because
hurt him.
all the time he was like that, like he was crunched over. It's quite interesting that you say that you fight like that very defensively, because the fight after you was like the guy was like. And then you saw the memes.
I saw it.
Or the videos, like he was like sticking his chin out there, and I was like, "Ooh, that is alright for now when you're young, but
over time,
when you're in your 40s like me, it's not so ridiculous to get hit in the head. It was long term is not a good idea. So
true.
I must say that's quite admirable that you're thinking that way, especially early on in your career, because like preservation is a long game. This is a long game. You're not thinking for now. And even though you are giving very exciting performances, I must say, you are still thinking of
the future.
Of the future. What is the future like, Fred?
The future is very bright, I would say. The future is very bright. My plan is to...
How old are you now?
18.
So when do you think you're going pro? When you would like to go pro? Let me put it that way.
I would say end of next year. I would actually say. I've been saying next year, but realistically, I think end of next year makes more sense because I'm still in matric, and this year is going slower than I would like it to go. But if anything happens, maybe this year gets a bit more spicy, and maybe earlier than what I think. But next year is the goal.
You know, there's like an old say. I think it's this style bender, but he had like quite a big amateur career.
True.
A lot of fights in like in amateur areas, in kickboxing before he reached the MMA, and he almost said that prepared him well for his pro. So that is like a interesting way of looking at it, and just thinking if maybe you considering anything like that.
No, I am definitely. Last year, I knew that this year would be a little slow. So I took as many fights as I could last year.
That is not slow for you.
This is not slow. I think it is, because I only had one fight this year, and I hated that so much. Like, I wish I fought at least thrice this year. Last year, I had 10 fights.
That's a lot of fights,
10
dude.
fights.
That's a lot of fights.
10 fights, and this year I only have one, and it's like almost half the year.
Oh, and nobody wants to fight this.
That's true.
I saw, and you curling dudes up and stuff like that. Maybe you must go to Joburg, man. Versus pro or is versus amateur?
Actually, there's amateur, but there is pro fights as well. There is pro fight, but me and my coach has been talking. Maybe we make it happen with some of the guys. And I think when we go there,
the difficult thing is the sponsorship. No.
Yeah.
Who's gonna like pay for the flights and the traveling and the training and all those type of things? I think that's one struggle that we have in
martial arts. That's
true.
I agree with you.
You know, when there was before the EFC event that was now
in Cape Town,
in Cape Town.
The Knox series,
Yeah, before the Knox series one. So there was like this press conference, right? So the mayor was there, and Trickers was there, your coach was there, all the coaches was there, and they invited some MMA media as well. So I was there, right? So I asked, like, they gave us an opportunity to chat to Trickers and the mayor, like, ask questions. So I asked the mayor, like, yo, are you looking at like doing anything at grassroots level, MMA grassroots level? You guys can check this somewhere on the internet. This interview. And then he's like, straight off, he says like, nah, you guys must do that amongst yourselves. Like, we're not going to give any money towards this. And it was quite interesting that there's just conversations going down about the EFC and what they're doing. And I'm not criticizing them, but that's just, I asked those questions, like, what are you doing at grassroots level? Obviously, what is being built, you guys are building the grassroots level now, because you're the fighters that's in the amateurs and stuff like that, and the people that's putting on these events also like
Lindell.
Yeah, Lindell. There's so much, like the UMC. I don't even know all the Wade is also doing it. Fidar's doing it. There's so many. So I think that adds value to the sport. And yeah, it's quite that is you of going out there and putting on this stellar performance, bruh. Like, really crazy performance. Like, it's going viral on the internet, and it's crazy. It's very awesome to see. Like, back in the day, they used to have CFL.
I think I've heard of. My coach had a belt in that organization.
Yes. Yeah. There was a guy that was like quite popular in that organization. Luke Michael. He was very, very popular in that organization. And he was the young gun, like that time. I remember they called him. I don't know. This is how you guys are doing things now. Just remind me of that. But you guys are obviously doing things different. And I think better. So like the new school, the way it's like cooler. You got this. You got the internet, obviously, the Instagram stuff like that. It's lekker to watch, like, admiring to see. Tell me about your team. Like, your team is quite strong. Your coaches. I mean, I've had many podcasts with your coach and stuff like that. But tell me about other members of your team.
There's too many to say.
John, tell me about John.
Start with John. John is a flyweight. He trained, I would say I'm one of his main training partners. I'm 20 kilos heavier than him. Actually 25. He weighs around 60, 61. I'm at 85 on a heavy day. I'm around 85. And I train with him consistently. Like, he pushes me and I push him. He is so good. He is so good. And I think the world is or the amateur scene in Cape Town is only starting to see that. And I think he's going to put on an amazing show for everyone. Same with Patrick the Leviathan. He's also amazing. He has one of the best punches, one of the best kicks, and his grappling has caught up to that so much. He is so well-rounded at the moment, and he has taken quite a bit of a break, but when he makes that breakthrough, everyone's going to see that. Same with Amir. Amir, as we saw on Saturday. Yeah, he fights. He dominated that fight.
Yeah,
he dominated that fight.
He's quite scary. He's
a lion. He's a lion. He's like Kamsa or something like that. He's a scary dude. Amir lying on Kamsa. He's something else as well. And then we have the small ones. Michael, he fought at WKS.
Yeah,
his fight IQ is actually very good. He understands fighting, and he's one of our young ones. He's only 14. Yeah. He fought what's his name? Yeah, he fought a boss that fought this weekend. Yeah. He fought another guy from that gym. I can't remember his name now. Yeah. But the guy was 17, turning 18. It's 18 now. He fought him. He has fought good guys.
Michael got heart, no?
And he has heart. He never gives up. He never shows quit, and he always fights. And now we have another champion, Chan Lee, as well. That guy's one of the hardest kicks I've ever felt. When he kicks you, like, yeah, remember, bro. Or when I'm holding pads for this guy, he kicks me and I think, why am I holding pads for this, bro? Like, he's like, it's crazy. And I think the team we have built is all thanks to our coach, Andrew Seal.
Yeah.
They put so much effort into us, and which is crazy to think, because my coach has a career of his own to run.
Yeah.
But the effort he puts on us, and it's not like it's one of us, it's a whole team of us. And he puts so much effort, and he treats us as, I would say, professionals. He wants everything to be done right. The strength and he forces us, you lacking strength and conditioning, bro. You need to work on that. Your kicks is a little sloppy. We need to fix your technique. Your boxing is not up to what. Fix it. And he tells us straight. Like, I don't know. Like, we're so lucky to have him. I think he's the best coach in Cape Town at the moment. Like, the way I've heard so many stories about other gyms, and I'm like, yo, does this actually happen? It doesn't make sense to me. But
there's some scary stories about gyms.
That's true.
You mentioned something there. Fight IQ. I think your fight IQ is quite high. It's like the stuff that you're doing, like I say, I keep saying it's like you're playing a TV game. Like, do you watch a lot of fights? Like,
I do. I believe, once again, it comes with the footwork thing again, where I believe if you want to not get hit, you must understand, or if you want to be in the best position, you must understand fighting. You must understand the full game, the ground game, the stand-up, the angle changes. If something bad happens, what's the best move to get you on top? You never want to be in a position of where I'm defending. You never want to be in a defensive position for too long. If you're defending, it's to open up a way to attack out. That's what I think. And watching fights helps a lot. Watching fights in slow motion, I actually got that from Lucille. She has a better fight IQ than me, and she has never fought before, but for her fight IQ,
you watch like tons of fights, like you see,
and
like,
I learn from her, and I feed off her and Lucille, her and coach, and I watch fights in slow motion as they suggested to me, and I try to understand that why did he move here instead of move there? Why did he take a back step and step out instead of taking an angle out one time? How do they react when he gets taken down? What's his first reaction? And I also watch people like Mighty Mouse, GSP, people with great fight IQs, and try and not only watch they fight, but also listen to them explain why they do this or why they don't do this, and them reacting to other people's fights. I try and take all of this, take from everyone. I can't remember what. Okay, it's a saying that my coach has also said. A great student is like a sponge. He absorbs all the information. And that's what I try to do. Take every information I can, and I try put that into my game and make it part of my style.
You sound obsessed. Yeah? And that's what you must be to be the best. Like, you must be obsessed about it. Like, and I can hear in the tone and how you speak about like fights. Like, you're so passionate about it, you're obsessed. It's beyond passion, it's beyond obsession. It's something else. Like, it probably takes up your every thought every day.
I see me in maths class saying, okay, he got jam, how will I move? Jam, slip right, okay. Yeah.
It's crazy, man, that it's good to be this young and know what you want, like, know your path, or I imagine that you have a path laid out for yourself.
I do.
You laid out, and it's can become a professional, and then
break up. Maybe next year become a professional.
Yeah.
Dominate in South Africa. Dominate the South
African
scene.
The EFC. Go to the EFC. Dominate in the EFC. Get the belt there. What weight are you gonna fight at in the EFC? Have you thought about it?
I have. It's a funny one. Wow. I'm still young, so I'm still growing. So I thought lightweight, because I was like, sometimes I fought at welterweight or in but this mainly happened in kickboxing. Where I fought like at 80 kilos, and then I fought guys that were like much bigger than me. Then I'm like,
I sucked down.
Yeah, and then I'm like, this guy's actually freak heavy. And I'm like, yo, I can't fight guys like this at pro. They have to cut him from too low. Then I'm like, okay, at pro, at least I gave myself at least maybe 10 kilos. Because that's what they do as a pro level, 10 kilos. But obviously not at once, but over like walk, if I fight, I thought... Over a period. I thought...
But even like your coach has got many years of experience in it, and he's like quite so to have that also that knowledge. I think you can, Well, obviously, as you get older, you might move up, but you can start there, sort of.
I thought at lightweight at first.
Okay.
And see, but I'm actually only getting heavier. I checked the scale recently, but lightweight for now.
Okay. It'll be interesting if maybe you get to heavyweight. Then you guys straight to the UFC. You fight this straight. This Mohos there that heavy. I don't know if you're gonna get that heavy now. Light heavy, maybe.
Maybe light heavy. Maybe.
But yeah, anyway, at that level in the UFC, there's not very good guys like the heavyweight guys. Okay, Alex. Okay. I say that Alex Pereira is there now. Yeah.
Tom is also not the worst. His fight IQ is actually quite good.
But Tom is missing an eye.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you check it out? A new guy out, hook it like it's...
I saw him, man. I saw him, yeah.
What do you think about trash talkers like that?
To be honest, no, somewhat of me admires them. Because growing up, I'm only when it comes to martial arts I speak up. Otherwise, I'm not a very vocal guy. I'm quite quiet, and guys that speak up, I look up to them. I'm like, like after an interaction, I wish I said this, I wish I said that. But sometimes that could be positive or negative, and my personality is not into that trash talking. Part of me I wish I could trash talk just to hype up the fight. But maybe I'll learn over time. I'm still young. But I like that. But sometimes there is overstepping. But I understand he did that because he knew if he wants to be seen, you need to attack the big dogs. Even if the guy's not in his weight class, he attacked that guy and that put eyes on him. Like, look at now, we're talking about this guy I've never heard about. But just because he trash talked a star, now I know his name.
True, but there's ways to do it. There's levels to do it, right?
That's true.
There's so like you don't have to do it to diss your
opponent.
Like I can sense in you there's a confidence, like say, and some people might like take it as cockiness or arrogance or something like that. But there was also remember when Ric Flair is like, I'm $1 million wearing.
Yes.
Woo! Crocodile shoes wearing. Woo! That was a way of him being confident, but he never like dissed
anyone.
You know what I mean? He wasn't being like aggressive towards him. So I think that's like there's levels to it, the ways to do it. Like, but I don't know. You, like you say, as you get older, you will find your vibe. Like your coach is like, his way of approaching like a fight, like he has this like, and I love it, bro. When he walks out, he does this like, like the smile, like he's gonna have the most fun now ever. Like he's excited. He's like, yeah. He's gonna make you excited. Like that. Like his style is like, come on, I'm here to fight. Like, that is it. Like, and it's. You don't trash talk but he's just like, come, we're gonna duck now. This is it, and I'm the best. I'm gonna do it. I like it. I've always liked it. Anyway, maybe we must pause. Are we good for time? How long are we running now?
152, 57% battery.
And so how many minutes we still got left?
1 hour 52
minutes. Why is it so long?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going then.
It's 66 on battery.
Is it 60% battery? Tell me some of your favorite fights that you watch. Like I can name a few. Like especially because you got this fight IQ. Like it's interesting to I'm interested to know. Like say for boxing matches, what is your top 3 boxing matches that you watch? Like
you boxing knowledge. Okay, let's go.
I'll go first. Like
okay.
Maybe like Arturo Gatti, and Mickey Ward. Have you seen that? There's a movie of that
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Check that. I'll send it to you later.
I'll watch
Yo, you're gonna love it. There's a movie of it, man. Mark Wahlberg plays the movie. Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. The name of the movie is The Fighter or something like that. It's an old school movie, and then Christian Bale is like a druggie. Yeah? Christian Bale is like a druggie, but he's like he was his older brother.
I haven't watched the movie, but I know the movie. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, watch the movie or watch the fight, and then watch the movie.
Why not both?
That is one of my favorites. I think it was because of the movie or because of the fight. Anyway, that's one of my favorites. People's gonna hate me for saying this, but Mayweather, Pacquiao, it's always like anticlimactic fight. It wasn't one of the best fights, but I enjoyed it because like I think Mayweather posed this well and in the best way possible. And I know, and they say, Manny, my shoulder is not working, but I don't care about that. And then number 3, I must be Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler and what's it? One of Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns. Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns. That's top 3. That's top 3 boxing fights. Best UFC fight ever. Don't know.
It's too many good ones.
There's too many good ones though. What's one of my top UFC fights? Okay, you must go UFC fights.
Okay, I can also go boxing.
Okay.
Bevel and Bevel and now I forgot this guy's name now.
No, it's not.
It's his latest fight. Bevel and Canelo was good as well.
Yeah.
Bevel, Canelo. Triple G, Canelo.
Ooh.
The second fight.
Okay, so who won the first fight?
The first fight. To be honest, no. I think Canelo won it.
I think Triple G won it. Like, that's match fixing, like, bro.
I think Canelo won it.
Bro, that's match fixing. I think, to be honest, the first 2, was it 3 fights or 2 fights?
There was 3.
3. I think the first 2 Triple G won. The last one Canelo won. Come on, guy. I know Canelo's your guy.
Okay. There is a bias there. It's like, but just some of the counters that Canelo had was just too good. Even though his foot positioning, his head placement before he threw punches, and you understood that Triple G's jab was his best weapon. And I think Triple G has the best jab.
Now you're right. Like sometimes, like when you a counter is like better than like a flurry of like missed punches. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
a good counter. Like,
but I think he landed
right
a lot of that punch.
Yeah.
Okay. One more. Okay, one more boxing. Nah, the boxing knowledge is not the best. But I actually do watch a lot of boxing fights. It's the names that have me.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching, obviously, Bud Spencer, the recent one, but even like the imposition of will is like a crazy thing. It's like, because a boxing fight doesn't have to, for me, a boxing fight doesn't have to be good for just to be a back and forth, man.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It can be one-sided and still be quiet.
The control of
that's true. So that's what
I agree with that.
I think any fight, like, it can even, like, if one bra really opposes, well, you can be like your fight the weekend.
That's true.
That is quite, it's true. Like, that is quite so shit that I never, but okay. Almost like, it must be an even matchup. Like, what's going to push you to your best, like, what do you think about your coach's fight? Your coach's fight with that recent guy. This is the first time you've been at the EFC, by the way.
Second time.
What do you think of it?
I was in that corner. I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but that guy was one of the quickest guys I've seen fight live. He was good, but my coach followed his heart, and his heart, he has a heart of a lion, and he gave a fight. He fought, and in the end, he came on top, and everyone saw his fight. His jiu-jitsu was on point. That guy stopped on that. When he had that guy on the floor, the ground and pound was landing. That guy had the better exchange in the feet at some point. But my coach, when he landed shots, you could see that guy's reaction. That guy was like,
Birdman,
don't get hit.
Glenn Birdman.
Don't get hit again. If I get hit again, this guy can hurt me. That's what I think. That's what Trent
Gurdam.
That's
Trent
what
Gurdam.
That's what he thought. He was like, yo, I mustn't let this guy hit me. He tried to keep his range, but at the end, my coach found the finish, and he was moaning a little about that finish, but I think they had him.
Nah, they had him. The event was phenomenal. Like I haven't felt like the buzz was electric. Like from the first, from Terrence's fight, Terrence's boxing was on point. Yo, Terrence changing angles every fight was really good. And your coach's fight was phenomenal. Like crazy. There was times, and there was a back and forth, because there was times where that guy, he tried to guillotine him once or twice, and I think twice, no? He tried to guillotine him more than twice, and the second one was deep, and your coach gets out of it, and then the one time, he's on top of your coach, and then your coach reversal, Kimura reversing the. It's just like and that was quiet. It's like every time this brag opposes his will, he opposes his will better. True. It's like
and watching that fight was something else.
Just talk about it, might be like I get chills.
Same here. Something my coach said is you see the better man when he overcomes adversity.
Yes.
So that night you saw the better man.
Yes.
Like that guy gave a fight.
Yeah.
And my coach was like, come on, bring your fight, bro. And
yeah.
I'm gonna come out on top, no matter what.
Your coach overcame adversity, and that guy couldn't overcome adversity.
That's true.
And the real weakness in that guy's position was complaining about it. You know what I mean?
True.
That guy just had to. We would have given him so much more respect. So much more respect if he had to just say, nah, you got me, bro. You got me. Like fair and square.
True.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Because he was also giving it at the point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If coach, if he had to tap coach, then your coach would have said, well done. So why not have the same respect as a martial artist? Anyway.
And he complained about back of the head. But even in an amateur fight, the people listen. There's always a briefing, and the refs always tell us, you only stop if the refs say stop. And that guy still complained about, it's the back of the head, and he stopped. Even amateurs don't make that type of mistakes, and he did. And there was maybe one shot in the back of the head, then every other shot was like clean.
That's a good, interesting observation that you're making there, because in the title fight as well, they had the same type of there was the same thing about strikes to the back of the head, and the fight. Oh no, it wasn't to the back of the head. It was to the spine. Was to the spine, and maybe the fight. I don't know what the whole interaction is. I'm still looking into it, because I'd like to have unpack that whole situation a bit more. I think it was not like a situation. Like the whole event was awesome up until the last part, and there was a lot of controversy that we won't get into, but we don't want that type of vibes in the sport, man.
That's true.
We want positive vibes in the sport, man. We want lekker things like to happen, and lekker things for lekker gyms, like you guys, like that brotherhood that you guys have there is phenomenal. Like, I mean, what your coach is doing and how he's keeping himself responsible. I mean, in a way, if you think about it, like, he has a massive responsibility, like, you know what I mean? Okay. Because he has to conduct himself in a certain way, right? Like, if you conduct yourself in a not good way, like, the young man that's coming up behind you is also gonna behave like that. You know what I mean? If he had to, like, flip the bird at Trent and, like, Trent, you see, you deserve that, or even speak negatively towards Trent, then you guys are also gonna adapt
follow
you know
his example and do that to our opponents at the amateur scene.
And that causes the whole gym to fester and have those type of things. So it's like it's a massive responsibility, and it's not always easy, like, to have that responsibility. I think sometimes we overly judge people with big responsibilities. Like, And instead of maybe saying, "Wow, that guy is doing it awesome," maybe try it like him, like, you know what I mean? And they try it less like. That's why I saw like the cockiness and ego. Where cockiness and ego comes into it, you must like. And I heard this on a podcast recently. It's like you must have ego as a fighter, but you can't have too much.
True.
You can't have too much.
Too much
like,
ego will burn you.
yeah, like again, going back to your coach, he's got his ego, but it's not too much to take him to not him lie him to go train with other people, for example. Like I saw him today, he was training with
the south side.
Yeah, like that. He goes out there and goes to have that type of not to have an ego. Oh, I'm gonna train you over myself and I'm the best. And it's a good thing to have, don't you think?
I agree with you. I agree. Even the way sometimes the way I carry myself is with overcoming confidence. Like I want to have so much confidence that it bothers my opponent. Like they must think I have an ego, but I know I don't have an ego. I just have so much confidence, but there is such a thing as overconfidence. I'm so confident I walk into rage with my hands down. Boom, you're going to get knocked out. So you must understand confidence, but you must know how to play it right. I don't know. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You're trying to, you have to be confident. As a fighter, you must be like, hey, I'm going to knock you out and stuff like that. But you can't be like overly to like you say, like walking like that is a bit like not a good choice. Like you're making so many right choices. Like, and I think it comes from you share a bit like about you believe in God and you believe that. I think you draw strength from that. Like
I do.
Tell me about that. Like. Not everybody is willing to talk about these type of things, but I think, and I'll talk to it. Like I think that if you were a soldier of God, right, and you're proud and walk in that path, right, I think you will. I know you will be protected. Like you know what I mean. And,
I agree with you.
And. Yeah, maybe that's part of why he's so awesome. I don't know how to explain it or articulate it 100% because it's just something I feel sort of. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. I think it's that having someone that's greater than man behind you.
Yeah.
That you know he has your back. The worst could happen, but you know, in the end of the day, maybe you'll be okay. Like before, I actually forgot to do this for my last fight, but I've done it for actually all my fights. Before I go to my fight, I actually read a Bible verse that gives me strength. And I remember every time before I fight, I say a little prayer to myself so God can give me strength to overcome this adversity. Before I fight, I feel the nerves just like everyone else. And actually in this fight is one of the times I felt the most nerves for the past, maybe I'll say 5 fights. The past 5 fights, during the walk-in, I don't feel any nerves in the cage, no nerves. But for this fight, I felt the nerves in the cage. And I just thought to myself, the Lord is going to protect me. He stands with me. And even after my fight, I really wanted to say thank you to him out loud, to let everyone know that I believe in him. And I think in the youth lately, I would say straight up, we worship ourselves. Someone always has an idol. It's yourself or it's something worse than yourself. And I believe that my idol is God. First of all, God. And if I put him in front of me, then I know I always have someone to shield me. If something bad happened, it happened for a reason. While if someone puts himself as an idol, if something bad, it's because he did something wrong and he's not good enough. But now God's in front of me and this is happening for a reason. Before anything comes to me, it goes through him. If I lose, it's because he wanted that to happen and it's going to build. Like I lost at Nationals, and Nationals was one of the times I actually had I'm going to say that I never actually told no one this. Technically, I broke down before I fought any fight. I went outside to go I cried a little bit.
Why?
And I don't know, I was so nervous. Like, that was the first fight.
Was it nervous energy or what? There must have been something.
I
Did you
think-
not believe in yourself?
No, I had confidence in myself. I
Yeah.
still had everything. I felt, when I was in that environment, I felt the pressure. And then that day, I just went outside. Before I had my first fight, I just went outside. I went to pray. Maybe I gave someone a call. I was like, yo, I'm actually feeling the nerves and I just need someone to talk to. And after that prayer, that session, I think I spent like 30 minutes outside. People were looking for me. I went back inside and I was like, okay, I got this now. God is with me. I'm ready. I won my first fight. And that guy, I think he had more experience than me, actually almost finished me with the triangle. He had a triangle on and I just didn't quit. And then I made it. I won the fight decision. I went to the finals. Once again, I prayed, had confidence. Then I lost the finals. But that guy started training technically in MMA since he was 6. And that fight, and he beat me in the ground. Like,
How did he beat you?
he shot the takedown, he kept me down. What I'm most proud of that fight is that he had more experience than me. Before that, the only jiu-jitsu I did was with Coach Faiz. And he couldn't find the submission. He couldn't land sufficient ground and pound on me. And I hate losing. And I took that in and like, okay, I lost, but what were the positive? What were the negative? The negative was my wrestling is not up to par. But the positive was he couldn't do anything with his wrestling. He couldn't find a submission. He couldn't get sufficient ground and pound. He held me tight. But he knew if he made space to hit me, I would have been up. If he made space, I would have not stayed down. And I think he knew that. And even sometimes, I actually still talk to him. Caleb Swartz is his name, I believe. Yes, Caleb Swartz. And he is... even now, all the guys I fought don't shoot like him. But all the guys I fought, if they take me down, I'm up. Or if they take me down, I sweep them. Or I stuff their takedowns and they can't take me down. But it's because of that fight. So God knew what he was doing by putting him in my way of winning nationals. What I gained in that fight was worth more than what the medal would have cost in nationals. So... once again, that adversity God put in my path was for a reason. I lost that fight and I learned so much from that fight. And that was one out of many fights. And that's what I think God does for you. He puts things in your path that you don't see, but you try to take positives and negatives out of it. And you will only understand that if you believe in something greater than yourself. I could have been like, yeah, I lost that fight because I wasn't good enough. Yeah, I lost that fight. There's no positive. I just lost. But God knows what he was doing, and he knows the future. And all I can do is work my hardest, and he will see how hard I'm working and be like, he deserves it. That's what I pray for.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear what you're saying. Just
Thank you.
I want to talk to something that you said now too. I think it's a valuable. I think it's a valuable lesson to learn what you're learning at a young age. Like, I think it's valuable for us all to learn things, and maybe some people don't learn things at 18 or learn difficult lessons, right? Let's put it that way. Sometimes you don't learn difficult lessons earlier on in your life. You sort of maintain bad habits. And I think for myself, maybe this is me talking for myself, because I didn't learn a lot of hard lessons when I was maybe young. I kept doing repetitive things that maybe was not the best for myself. And last year, something quite drastic, something hectic happened to me that I'd almost like lose my house or something like that. But I thought, it was the end of the world for me. But it changed me as a person, and it made me a better person. And I was not supposed to be on that path, man. You know what I mean?
I do.
I 100% believe where I am now and where I'm going to now is the path that I'm supposed to be on. And it's like sometimes it's almost like you must lose a fight, you must lose something, something drastically and on a mega level to put you on another path. And it's good to learn those things at a young age. I mean, so yeah, it's almost important for people to do difficult tasks at a young age. I mean, I think that's lost in the youth. They're doing difficult tasks, like they do a lot of easy things, like when we were young, we used to drink and party and stuff like that. Now the youth is, I don't know what they're playing on Instagram or what they're doing, but they're wasting their time or so. They're just not wasting their time in the way that we did it before. But there's still a strong number of them that's not wasting their time. And there's a lot of them that that's moving away from God, like, which is also not the best, I think. Yeah, so it's good for where I'm getting to is I think it's good for them to have a role model like you and showing them on a podcast. I don't know how many people is going to watch this, if 10 people watch it, 20 people, whatever. But if it reaches one person, that message or how you thinking reaches one youth, I think that's a valuable
listen to.
Yeah, it's valuable, don't you think?
I agree with you.
And even like, I'm not putting any pressure on you here, like, but like there is like with great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man, you know? You know what I mean? So you've got this great power and there's a great responsibility on it for you or so. Like, so sometimes maybe you must say that, like, yo, I love Jesus or whatever. You know, whatever you want to say. I don't know what you want to say, but there is that, like, and for me as well, like, it's difficult to sometimes talk about God and especially in front of your friends, like, you know what I mean? Because they maybe not that way inclined, like, you know what I mean? And now, so where I feel like, yo, if now this has happened to me and I'm still on a good trajectory, I need to now say, yo, this whole thing happened to me, negative thing, and I'm on a positive thing, and I firmly believe it's because I prayed, my mom prayed. My mom got the whole church to pray herself. She got like the whole congregation. She messages them all on WhatsApp. Yo, pray for my son that my son is going to get to a better place. And somehow that has happened. So, and she keeps telling me, you know, the only reason why this happened is because I got the whole church to pray for you. And I was like, yeah, nah, I think maybe you're right. Because what is happening now is so awesome. It's so good for me that it's awesome, man. Yeah. Anyway, like, this is your belt over here.
Yeah.
Huh? We never showed the picture of the belt. Huh? How does it feel to be a champ?
Yeah, it feels, I'm not gonna lie, it feels good. It feels good. But I say this, I think, in the press conference, that I was the champion before I had the belt. And I truly believe that. I believe that the belt doesn't define me, and I define this belt. Whoever wants it must come take it. They must come, they must fight for their life to get this belt. And I'm going to have this belt for the rest of my life. I'll have a UFC champion and this belt. And that's what I firmly believe.
The UFC.
Oh, UFC. I'm thinking long term. Long term. And UFC as well.
I think there's another one. There's an event coming up in October or something like that. I don't know if you're gonna fight.
Yeah, my name is down.
Is it?
My name
but I don't know who's gonna want to fight you now.
Someone must come. I've seen a few welterweights fight. Some of them have had quite a few fights now. They must put their names down.
Yeah. So, like, the reason why I ask you, like, how does it feel like? It's like, I want more. It's like, are you still itching for more?
I am.
Are you still hungry for more? Let me put it that way. Are you still hungry for more?
This is just the beginning. This just made me, like, you know, when you weight cutting and then you have a sip of water, then that sip of water makes you want more water. So you'd rather not have that sip. Now this was my sip of water. Now I want more. Now I'm like, yo, I'm still thirsty. I need more now. Now I need it even more. Since I have the taste of this, more must come.
where does that hunger come from? Where does that come from? That hunger that you must have more, that hunger that you must train, that hunger that you must know martial arts. Where does that come from? Can you place it, or was it just in you? Like,
Sure, I can't even say.
did you see somebody that worked, or did you I don't know, where is it in your coaches, how he followed? Where is it? Because it's different, bro. It's different to a lot of everyone, not a lot of people out there. That's why you're on a different trajectory, because your mindset is different.
I would say that where the hunger comes from. First thing, it comes from maybe wanting to be free, because fighting makes me feel so free. Doing martial arts, doing something I love, knowing that this is something I love and it's something I could do for the rest of my life. That makes me hungry. That's a part of it. But also seeing where my parents are, seeing where my family, seeing how hard they work. Like I've heard my parents' story that my dad had in Johannesburg, he had a small shop and he was selling clothes, a small shop outside like a tent. And my mom was like hustling with Avon. She did Avon back in Joburg. And my mom used to take some of my dad's clothes and go just sell it, because my mom had good people skills. So hearing that story, hearing how hard they worked, my mom left her. She's from KZN. She left KZN at 18 to go to Joburg, not knowing English, wanting to make money and just wanting to make it better for herself. And now I'm here and I'm like, yo, they work so hard. I must do something now to make their lives to make them say, wow, my son has done something. That's one of my drives. Seeing my coach work so hard, seeing him put so much effort in his dreams, seeing him put effort in the dreams I want to achieve. That also, sometimes when I fight, I think I can't disappoint my coach. I can't disappoint this man. I must fight and I must give everything I have. If I must die, I will die here. If this is my last fight, like my last fight, I thought about this. If this is my last fight, I will win. No matter, in this fight, I thought I must finish this guy. No matter what, this guy will get finished. And I gave everything I have, and that's because of the people I have around me, and also a little bit of what God has given me, that hunger and that wanting to have more. Is something I want to train now.
7 years ago now, it was the first time I recorded with your coach. And the first time I recorded with the coach was in my house when I used to live in Retreat. I used to live on a yacht in Retreat. Not a yacht, no, a yacht. Anyway, I used to live in Retreat. That's when my kids were smaller. I think my son was 2 years old. He's 9 years old now. And it's been quite a journey, because I did podcasting there, and then I moved to a studio where I also shot with the coaches, and I shot with some awesome people, like some actors and stuff like that. I shot with like really dope people, and then I stopped for a while because that content, I stopped owning that content, and now I started again, like now, and I'm starting again like in my house, like so. I've gone like full circle, like, and the guy that was standing on the opposite side of the camera like that, like in 2018, he passed away in 2020, in COVID too. So what's that? 2020. Yeah. So there was a guy with me that was standing there and doing that same thing. Me and him started it, and one of the first times, like they gave us some media passes to EFC. We go check out like the EFC. I can't remember what it was, but he would shoot and I would be the media guy, like, bruh, and we like, I just remember like us jumping, like, yeah, this is like the best, like. So I've gone in this full circle, and I was like, I'm done with this, like. But then I saw like what was happening in what was happening here, everywhere around, and then I was like, yo, this is quiet. And then I saw you. And I was like, yo, this is something else. Like, and I got so like, I got so caught up in everything that I said, I need to have conversations again, man. And I don't think I would want to do conversations with anybody, because it's not about it. But I think I really want to talk to dope people, man. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for getting me off my ass and getting me back into this thing. That's my point that I want to get to. And I see great things happening for you. Like I had the opportunity to speak to a lot of people in the beginning of their career, and like 6, 7, 5 years later, they are phenomenal. After Rayo Sanchez's second fight, I interviewed him. You guys can check it out on my honor. It's like back in the days, like after his second fight. And now the other day I got him at the fights and he's like, bro, when are we gonna chat again? It's like that's after my second fight, a lot has changed. So it's just like, yeah, like I see big things happening for you, bro. And thank you for your time. Thanks for opening up and telling me so much. I really think the people out there is gonna get to know you more, which is sort of important. Don't you think?
I agree with you. I think that's the way we're gonna make MMA grow more. Is also letting the people know the fighters' background, their motivation, what makes them go. Like one of my friends says, you must tell people your story. Like in WWE, we all love WWE because of the story behind it, and the UFC is starting to do it, or maybe they could do it better, I think. But us as the people, as the fighter, you as the social media guy, also have like a responsibility to let the people know.
Yeah.
And I would also like to say thank you for letting me have this opportunity to share part of my story.
Yeah.
The beginning of my story, I would say.
Is this the first podcast you do?
First one, yes.
I think you did like an online sort of one where they were talking something like that. Yeah, but you never sat down and like this. Mine is a little bit different because like the radio interviews is a lot shorter, so they do everything rushed. And here we get the time to like sort of think and talk and let it run however long you want to run. So yeah, I always enjoy these type of conversations, and I hope to see you on many more podcasts. All the podcasters must call you on there so that we can hear more from you, man, and hear a different perspective, because the questions I ask is not, it's going to be, somebody else going to be totally different how they see and their perspective of you. And yeah, that behind the scenes interviews at the fight, that was getting a bit boring, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to do more of that.
You're so hard that you can't even think. You're so hard you can't even think.
You can't even think. And how was your day?
Yo.
How was the fight? So it's like, wait, let's just give it some time to breathe so that you can think. And yeah, phenomenal fight on past Saturday. I hope more people get to see you fight, because especially now at the amateur stages, because it's good to see your journey, the trajectory of your journey. I used to do stand-up comedy, and like when you start with a joke, it's totally different to when the joke ends. Like, you know what I mean? So now, but even at the level that you are now, it's like, you was like a polished fighter in the way you were throwing your kicks. Like, anyway, that is phenomenal, man. Do you plan on working more? Have you seen that other kick that kick that happened now in the EFC?
The EFC, the spinning heel kick.
Is the spinning heel kick?
The
knockout.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
I
kick?
have.
What do you think about that? Like, that is Taekwondo.
I believe so.
That is Taekwondo.
I
think that is Taekwondo, that kick. I think that guy does Taekwondo. Cool Kid is his name or something like that.
He fought Sibu. Not that guy.
It's a knockout, man. I just you see the replay like Cool Kid or something.
I think it's that guy. I think it's that fight. Yes.
That is phenomenal. But he's quite light. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. It's been awesome chatting to you, getting to know you. We will do this again when you turn pro. Then we're gonna have another one.
Turn pro, the champion.
Turn pro champion. Okay, we got it. It's a promise, though. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for watching, man. This has been, check out Frank on the socials. He's got some like memes as going there. I like the memes. Not the memes, what you call like short videos.
The short
skits.
reels, yeah.
This is how a fighter's gonna fight. I like it.
That's how we feel.
But this is a way of marketing yourself. A new way of marketing yourself. No?
That's true. Trying to get myself out there. Let everyone know who you are. Now and then when they see you in the top, they were like, okay, I was there from the beginning.
Anyway, thank you for joining me,
Thank
brother.
you, I appreciate you.
And yeah, check him out on the socials. I'll drop some of his links. And yeah, definitely you need to watch this guy fight. If you haven't, you're missing out already. So okay, get to his next fight. Probably at Barebones, UMC,
Maybe even K1.
you're gonna have to follow him to find out. But anyway, peace. We out.